a look into the mind of a miniature monster murdering machine, or the psychiatric analysis of a psychotic man in a psychotic world. Warning, contains blood and poor jokes, but you're an adult, so suck it up. Levi's World. Levi Ackerman is a character in the anime Attack on Titan, in which humans are kept in fear of giant monsters known as Titans. Titans are big, and Titans eat people. So most people who go up against them end up something like this. Poor little Ari and Coconut. But, while most people facing Titans end up as such, Levi is known as humanity's strongest soldier, as he has an untold amount of skill when it comes to killing them. So when Levi meets a Titan, it usually ends up more like this. Now, for all of his skill and badassery, Levi really did have a screwed up upbringing. In his early life, he was raised by his mother in one of the poorest districts of the city, where she was, shall we say, a woman of the night. However, she died very early in his life due to unknown causes. He was then raised by her older brother, his uncle, who was, in his own words, not a fit father figure. And seeing how Levi ended up later on in life, I don't think that's an entirely inaccurate assumption. Loopy Levi. Levi shows symptoms that are concurrent with what is known as obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. It falls under the DSM-V category of personality disorders, and one of the major symptoms that he displays is an extreme devotion to work with little or no leisure activities. Levi is extremely devoted to his role as a member of the Survey Corps, who go out and explore outside the walls, although it's a very dangerous job considering they can run into Titans very easily, which usually isn't a problem for Levi. But one of his other big deals is his extreme focus on cleanliness, to the point where no matter where the Survey Corps is inhabiting, Levi always has to take the time to clean it to his extremely perfect standards. He also shows a rigidity and stubbornness, as well as an unwillingness to let others do things for him, another major aspect of obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. That's why, for his own special squadron that he leads, he handpicks each soldier for their skill and their ability to take orders without question, and do exactly as he says. Nobody's perfect. While it is seen that Levi obviously shows many of the symptoms that are concurrent with obsessive-compulsive personality disorder, he doesn't show all of them, as in most fictional representations of mental illnesses. While he does display a perfectionist-level need to keep himself and his surroundings tidy, it doesn't seem to interfere with his goals in everyday life, a major aspect of those with obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. He's able to interact relatively easily with everyone else, even when his need to be clean is violated, such as in one obvious case, he shook hands with someone who had recently killed a Titan and therefore had a very bloody hand. But all he did was he just wiped it under the table. Whereas most people who have a obsessive need to remain clean probably would have left the conversation entirely and gone and ritualistically washed their hands, Levi simply continued the conversation as if nothing had happened. Treatment plan. While in most cases such as this, psychiatric help would be the first place to go to, as in the case of most personality disorders, there aren't exactly a lot of doctors in the Attack on Titan world, as most people are preoccupied with not getting eaten. For the same reason that medication would not really be an option either. Again, most medicines are involved with, helping stopping the bleeding when your arm gets bitten off. Self-help would likely be the most realistic option for treatment, as Levi, in addition to a need to be clean, also has a need to improve himself so he can serve his commander more. And if his commander told him to, he would definitely be into aiding himself in ending this problem of his. Problem portrayal. While it is a fairly accurate portrayal of obsessive compulsive personality disorder, as mentioned before, there are a few glaring issues. Mainly in the one that, again, his ability to interact with people relatively normally despite his perpetual grumpiness, and his ability to go about his day despite being unclean, without having to ritualistically clean or primp himself, as would be the case of most people with this disorder. And another big issue is no one appears to think anything is seriously wrong. But, as mentioned before, the medicine of this world is woefully out of date, and therefore likely most people don't think of mental illness as anything more than, oh, he's kind of strange. Besides, most people in this world have much bigger things to deal with.